I'm back with Dennis Doros and Amy Heller, the founders of Milestone Films. They're with us to help celebrate their company's 25th anniversary. We just saw in the land of the Headhunters, 1914, production starting earlier. Edward S. Curtis, this was no easy task. It wouldn't be now, but certainly in the early part of the 20th century to get that equipment and shoot on Vancouver Island in British Columbia where the Kwakwaka'wakw was.
Well, the first thing to remember is there's no electricity in Vancouver Island. So he shot everything by crank, and everything was produced without any form of electricity.
Did he have to coerce cooperation from the Kwakwaka'wakw, or were they eager to participate in this film?
One of the things that attracted him to the Kwakwaka'wakw was that they had this tradition of performance and spectacle, and that they made these incredibly beautiful totem poles, masks, had beautiful rituals. So they were they were interested in being performers, and they kind of relished that task. And he lived with them for years before they made the film. It was very much a collaboration. The plot, the story, everything was worked with the people of the Northwest.
How did Milestone Films get its start?
Dennis and I were both working for different companies in film, and then, you know, we met at a party, and, you know, he chased me, and eventually we got married. And even before we got married, we were thinking about projects that we were interested in doing that the companies we worked for was not in their interest. That was not for them. So we began with the Age of Exploration series, and then I left my job at New Yorker Films, and then you left yours at Kino, and we just kept going from there. If we knew what we were doing, we probably would have been much more cautious, but we didn't, so.
And once you acquire the rights, how do you go about getting a film released that's so old and not certainly not in the consciousness of the regular movie-going public?
The first thing that we do is that we learn everything we can. We really immerse ourselves in each project so that we can create the kind of background materials that critics and viewers will find interesting and kind of give them context.
You can't release these films in a vacuum. You
No.
have to put the context in with them.
Absolutely, and that's definitely a big part of the fun.
Yeah.
And a lot of what we do is exactly what Turner Classic Movies does, is that we don't treat them as ancient artifacts or things to be laughed at, that they should be treated with real respect and with real admiration for the talents that were involved in creating these films.
Guys, thank you very much. Up next, Dennis and Amy join me again to discuss another film released by Milestone. It's a cinematic experience from revolutionary Cuba that's almost certainly unlike anything you've ever seen. Stay with us.